Welcome back to episode 4 of our ongoing podcast series on business writing and email etiquette. I'm Yogesh, and as always, I'm here with the insightful Lily. Today, we're getting into one of the trickiest parts of professional communication: tone, formality, and word choice.
Hi, everyone. So glad you're here for this one because tone can make or break your message. The words you choose and how you arrange them communicate far more than just facts.
Totally agree. Two people can write the same message with the same intention, but one comes off as confident and respectful, and the other sounds pushy or dismissive. So, let's break this down.
Let's start with tone. It's the emotional undercurrent of your writing. Are you sounding warm, neutral, direct, defensive, encouraging? Every sentence carries a tone, whether you realize it or not.
Exactly. And unlike face-to-face communication, email doesn't include facial expressions or voice cues, so tone becomes even more critical.
That's why people often misread emails. If you write, "we need to talk," it could mean urgency, frustration, or simply coordination. But without tone markers or context, it's easy to sound harsh.
One trick I use is to add softeners. Instead of "I disagree," I might say, "I see your point, but I have a different perspective." You're saying the same thing, but the tone is more collaborative.
I love that. Or saying, "just checking in," instead of, "why haven't you responded?" Same purpose, but different tone entirely.
Now, let's bring in formality. This is about how professional your language should be. The level of formality should match the context and your relationship with the reader.
Yes, writing to a vendor or senior executive demands more formality than writing to your teammate on Slack. But too much formality can sound stiff, while too little can come across as careless.
Let's look at a sentence in 3 tones: formal, neutral, and informal. Formal: I would appreciate it if you could provide the report by Thursday. Neutral: could you please send me the report by Thursday? Informal: hey, can you get that report over by Thursday? All ask for the same thing, but they'd be appropriate in different settings.
Exactly. It's about choosing the level of formality that builds trust without creating distance. That takes us to word choice.
Yes, every word you choose sends a message. For example, saying "I demand" versus "I'd appreciate," or failure versus opportunity for improvement. Words color your message emotionally.
One of the best ways to build better word choice is to read what others write. Pay attention to how leaders in your organization communicate. How do they disagree respectfully? How do they motivate action?
Also, avoid overly technical jargon or abbreviations if your audience might not understand them. For example, don't write "FYI, the QBR for the MSA went south" unless you're sure the reader gets it.
Right. Jargon can be efficient within a shared context, but it's alienating when used carelessly. In doubt, simplify.
Let's talk briefly about cultural tone. In some cultures, directness is valued. In others, it can seem rude. How do we manage that in global communication?
Great point. In global settings, it's best to default to clarity plus respect. Avoid sarcasm, slang, or anything ambiguous. Be polite, but not vague. And be aware that phrases like ASAP can feel aggressive in some regions.
That's so true. I've seen ASAP replaced with "at your earliest convenience" or "ideally by Friday" to keep tone soft yet actionable.
Also, words like just, actually, and obviously can be passive aggressive without meaning to, like, "I just wanted to remind you," or "actually, I already sent it."
Yep, we call those tone killers. Even email closings matter. Ending with "regards" feels colder than "thanks again" or "looking forward to hearing from you."
Let's do a rapid fire. What's a better alternative? Instead of "I'm confused," say, "could you clarify?" Instead of "you're wrong," say, "here's another perspective." Instead of, "This is unacceptable," say, "Let's find a better solution."
That's a great exercise. Tone isn't about sugarcoating, it's about being professional and human.
One final thought. Before sending, reread your message as the recipient. Ask, "How would I feel reading this?" That single question can change how you write.
Brilliant. Let's summarize today's takeaways. Tone communicates attitude, so choose it carefully. Match formality to the situation. Word choice shapes clarity and relationships. Read your message as if you're on the receiving end. Soft, clear, and respectful always wins.
Next episode, we'll dive into grammar, punctuation, and common errors, because even a great tone can be ruined by a sloppy typo or confusing sentence.
Can't wait! This has been episode 4 of our series. I'm Yogesh.
And I'm Lily.
See you next time.